That was a fantastic run. I'm very excited for our next one. You guys will have me as both a host and a commentator. I want to give a quick thank you to Dylan for taking this one over. I originally had submitted for Spyro 2. It is one of my favorite games, but it's very difficult. And I kind of wanted to focus more up on my coming up run tomorrow night for Hollow Knight. So I asked him to cover for me, and since he's a really good runner, very good, I'm excited to have him do it instead. Very cool, by the way, that we are already almost at $1,200. Now, of course, any last minute sneakers that want to get pink in the lead, that would be only $6. And I do want to say the upcoming bid war for Crash and Coco is very decisive right now for Coco on Crash Bandicoot 4. So if you are a Crash fan, you'll want to put on towards that. And then in weirdly opposite fashion, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. A large bid went towards Coco in the Insane Trilogy as well. So $62 for her there, and then $50 for Crash. Just today, Crash was up 50-0, so I thought that's how it was. We do want to see, you're not going to want to miss, there is an incentive for the all swag strats in Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, which that game is insane.
He hypnotically stares out the window as the uneasiness completes inside his underground ocean.
Oh, by the way, in case you guys missed it, I almost forgot about it. We did finish the community challenge to get the Speedrun Insider episode 50 release. So I'll definitely be excited to listen to that. If you don't already know, Speedrun Insider is a podcast by CJitsallGewd. He interviews guests, very notorious speedrunners. Wow, including, say you just wanted more of my own voice, my episode, which came out recently. All right, guys, we are still taking a little bit of time to get ready. I see Green is still taking it right now, though. Shu might get her way. You know, I'm doing great. I may have stayed up watching TGH's run a little too late. Woke up a little tired. Didn't necessarily make my coffee, but having some good old water and also chocolate covered espresso beans, those don't hurt. How is my lovely chat doing today? Oh yeah, that's just reminded me. Ooh, it is afternoon. I'm a bum. But hey, that's what a good Saturday is for, right? And that may be my SAT word of the day. Modipulous. Oh yeah, all day. Now I'm not too sure who the next episode of Speedrun Insider is going to be. Quick little, let me see what you guys have to think. If we had to pick any runner to have for an episode of Speedrun Insider from this weekend, who are you guys picking? I think, and maybe I'm very biased in this one, I think it'd be awesome to have Ryan Ford on. Ooh, crispy would be a good pick. I do love me some crispy tacos. TGH, solid. Actually, I'm a little surprised he hasn't been on already. I don't know. I had to rethink it now, Shu. We're already at 50 episodes. How's anyone supposed to keep track? And hello, I am back. And guess what? Our next run is also welcome. So everybody, be nice. Welcome in DylanJayFox. A treat.
It can be. It can be also very volatile from time to time, depending on what category you're playing, and arguably it doesn't get
Extremely.
much more volatile than this one. How are you doing, Gaffy? My friend from childhood.
Oh, good. My best friend since... Although very good game, it's not your time anymore.
It just wants a little bit more, you know? Just wants to keep out. I don't blame it.
You gotta listen to what the people want.
Exactly.
By the way, I hope you're ready.
For what?
I think it looks like, unless we have any last second bids, you are going to have to be playing as the green color.
Actually, I said that, yep, just a minute ago.
Alright, perfect.
So we're good.
Well, then the floor is yours. Feel free to take it away.
Wait, are you commentating with me, Gaffy?
Yeah, I'll commentate with you.
Okay. I was about to say, the floor's not just mine. We're dancing a tango together, Gaff. Come on.
Of course, it does take two to tango.
True. So once again, I am DylanJayFox. I've been running Reignited on and off for the better part of a year and a half. Reignited 2, as I said, very volatile, and I'm excited to show you guys what part of the run can do. Currently, I'm doing kind of an outdated route, but I'll still do my best to showcase a lot of the tricks and cool things that you can do in the game for you.
It's still easily very top 10 performance. Dylan might understate it here.
You're gassing me up, Gaffy. I'm ready
It's,
whenever you are.
It's difficult, but yeah, I think our timer's ready, so go ahead, count it down. Kill it.
I'm counting? All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
And good luck.
So, one important thing about Spyro 2, just as a wholesale game, is it's a beloved title in the franchise. Arguably, most people's favorites, right? I would say there's a lot of people who just love Spyro 2.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably Spyro 2's like the overall fan favorite. Definitely not Spyro 1, which definitely doesn't get... No, nobody likes Spyro 1.
Even heard of that game.
Exactly.
But welcome to Glimmer.
I love Glimmer. It's my favorite place to be.
Everyone loves Glimmer.
So the first trick of the run we have here, if you're doing the climbless route, you can actually just jump across this first bridge, which is really, really cool. But because we're not doing climbless, we have to get on this torch, which I'm currently struggling with a bit. I am struggling hard.
So what you're going to see a lot throughout this game is you have to get what's called a perfect hover, which is just enough time at the peak of your jump while also having a little glide, because the longer you're in the air, the higher your hover is going to be. So with the correct positioning, which is very tight, he's able to hover on top of the torch, so that way we don't have to pay money bags. Nobody likes to pay money bags. That guy sucks.
And by saving that 100 gems, it makes so we can spend that 100 gems later on in kind of just better ways.
We
Go ahead.
We are doing the any percent category, so we're not really looking to get all of the orbs. This game did take a turn from the first game where instead of freeing dragons, you're collecting orbs and getting talismans throughout each of the levels. The OG has what's called 14 talisman, which is very similar.
Their any percent is a little bit different, but like he said, the 14 talisman category, if you've ever seen that, this one's pretty much identical to it. The only differences are we don't have proxies, we have different ways to get around the levels, and different movement options that kind of help distinguish it from the original. The first couple levels, I'm not going to lie to you, aren't really that trick heavy. Torch jump is probably the biggest thing that we have to worry about, which thankfully if you are just grinding the category, it's the first split, so, you know, just a nice quick reset. Idle Springs, you pretty much just go straight through the level. There's a couple of small like little nuances you want to do here, such as picking up these bugs. You want to have up to 7, or 7 or more by the crush fight. That way you're guaranteed a blue butterfly, which helps to make that boss fight a little bit faster once we get there, but we'll be there in, I don't know, like 10 minutes or so. I'm not 100% sure yet.
We did hear Sable talk about this a little bit in the last run, and collecting those 7 bugs will give you that full life. So that way you're able to kind of abuse to make things faster.
Yeah.
Some things you'll notice, like at the beginning of this level and the beginning of Glimmer, if you just hold forward, you'll actually talk to the NPCs, and nobody wants to do that, because that's slow. And there's a lot of little nuances that make this category just really fast, very interesting. So, right there, flying to get past talking to Zoe. Although she's great, we don't want to talk to her.
No. Absolutely not. And I just quit the game because I was on quick game, not exit level.
Quick
That's
menuing,
good.
perhaps a bit too fast.
Yes. So, fun fact for anybody who wants to run this game: if you ever quit out of a level, like quit game out of a level, not exit level out of a level, then quit game, you'll always be over quit game. So you will need to kind of press up once if you ever do that while you're doing a run. I unfortunately did not notice that until after the fact, so that's a little unfortunate.
But hey, welcome back to Idle Springs.
Yeah, we like Idle Springs. Now the last level, before we do, well, I'm gonna be doing a different trick. There's actually a more optimal trick, but for some reason my PC simply can't do it. But I'll call it out when we get to it. It's a cool like little wall glide, kind of very similar to what we do in OG to kind of get to that second area without paying money bags for swim. Because thankfully, you can play this category without having to swim, which is very nice. On to Colossus with the monks. Aesthetically, probably my favorite Hub 1 level. It's either this or Hurricos. I don't know what I really like about it. I like hockey. Hockey's cool.
This was the first level when I was going through this category where I was like, you know what? This is where it actually starts to pick up on tricks. And I did not like it at first. But once you start getting it down, it's like, you know what? This is a very cool level. Because ultimately our objective is to get to the end as fast as possible while getting gems.
Yep.
That are on the way anyway. So we're going to try and just jump on objects throughout the map and use our jumps to almost the full extent possible in order to skip the majority of this map.
Hopefully I don't miss this. There we go. So that doesn't look absurdly precise, but I promise you that if you're not used to like the movement of it and you're just trying to do it just kind of one and done, that jump at the end there, right where the strong chest was, it can be very deceptively challenging. When I was derusting, which I've had to do for like the past like week or so for this marathon, it was a little hiccup here and there for me. But with enough practice, as with any trick in speedrunning, you can get it down. Same with that little statue jump that you saw me miss a hover on, and same with the little hover up on the scenery there on the left. Now we get to do the trick that makes this category possible for those of us with PCs that aren't the best in the world, let's say. So typically we have actually what we call a wrong warp. that you do from the Glimmer portal where you're I can't talk, where you're going to enter, and by doing that, it'll have you, if you enter and pause at the same time, it'll have it so, hold on, I'm focused. Alright, thank God. I was so scared I'd fail that. I can't talk right now. So that's one way to get over here, but the other one is we actually would get a wrong warp with the Glimmer portal where we'll enter, and by entering and pausing and then exiting level at the same time, it can warp you out of the Ocean Speedway portal, which is on this side of the map after we would utilize swim. Either or works pretty well, but wrong warp I just can't do. And the last time I did a marathon, this is just a little bit of fun fact about it. Last time I did a marathon with this run, I spent I think 20 tries trying to get wrong warp to work for me, and it just would not.
Oh no.
I think I got the pause, the frame perfect pause about a lot of times.
For consistency's sake, it seems like a good thing that you picked up this alternative method anyway.
Yes. I actually don't do this in runs. I still just do wrong warp, even though it's just a reset pretty much most of the time. But yep, it's tough.
Now, it's almost incredible. If you blink, you're going to miss these levels. Right there, you skipped like 95% of it, getting a quick little out of bounds by using the pushers.
Mm-hmm.
Takes you right to the exit. You don't have to do any of the objectives there.
Yep, I honestly just completely forgot I was even in Hurricos. That was fully autopilot, which is nice. It's nice to kind of have that with like categories, right? Sunny Beach, we kind of have another really cool out-of-bounds skip, very similar to Hurricos, where we just kind of get to push past some scenery using parts of the level.
Can we get some blessings, though? Coming up is Franklin the Turtle, who anyone that's maybe watched me run this knows he can be a little bit of a troll.
He can be. He's usually a good guy to me, though.
Oh, yeah?
I'm hoping that he didn't hear your voice and is gonna stomp on my hopes and dreams, though. Oh, he's having a good time in that. Alright, so we're gonna hold up against this wall, and he proxied us to the ceiling. He heard Gaffy. What you want him to do...
Yes.
I've actually never had that push in my life. So you want him to push you through the wall just like that, and then you're gonna want to glide over this way to the end of level area.
Thank you, Franklin.
And my favorite part about this whole interaction and how we go about doing this, I just got squished. Thankfully, I don't think they actually lost much time because of how slow the turtle was going. My favorite interaction about this guy thanks you for bringing his kids back to him, and you did not even, like, see them. You saw them for, like, a frame at the beginning, and you just left them. He's like, oh, thank you. Thank you for getting...
we don't need those kids.
We don't. We do not. I almost said a catchphrase of, I forget who.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Of Michael Jordan.
Me same, yes.
Yep.
As a quick reminder for everybody, this is Gerri, and coming up next after this run is the Mario Party Superstars All Board run by CJ. We have a bid war for which CPU characters. So if you want to see anyone like maybe Mario, Luigi, Daisy, those are sitting pretty low. Peach heavy in the lead with Birdo in second, but it is up to you guys.
Give me a Birdo, come on. We love Birdo in this house. Alright, so we just had to pay money bags for the first time in this run. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to skip into Aquaria Towers right as of yet. But fortunately, we do have a very easy way to skip the level itself. I don't know how I still got hit by that guy. So you'll notice, I don't have swim, so how can I get through this level? Well, if you tap A on, or X if you're on PlayStation, or I think it's spacebar, you can actually have Spyro like kind of paddle himself to the surface, which is really nice. It's a good way to prevent the game from, kind of soft locking you if you're underwater.
Now,
and we just jumped on an invisible piece of scenery. Magic, I think.
Magic.
That's what I interpret it as.
The best guess for me is that the door raises is how the level's supposed to go to fill the room with water. So the door might just have a hitbox still that overextends.
But doesn't the door explode? Like when you free the seahorses or something?
Oh,
so like,
does
would
it?
that hitbox exist?
I don't know. I just jump on the invisible wall.
That's fair. But
Which
yeah.
we were also talking about. Thank you, Toys for Bob.
Yeah, we love Toys for Bob. What a great game studio. Smile. Alright, so now we're into the first boss of the game. So remember how I was talking about fodder and fodder counts? Well, here's where it comes into play. Because I'm on blue sparks because of the guy who shocked me, I'm going to be going for a specific trick called fodder manipulation and or double hitting crush, which I've never hit in an actual run. Definitely not a marathon, but we'll see if we can hit either.
It's a myth.
It is genuinely a myth. Double hits don't actually exist. Basically what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to flame crush in the same frame he hits you. And if you do that at the correct time, you can... Oh, I actually got fodder manip. I didn't even realize. Let's go. So typically you only get 3 fodder in that boss fight. If you stand in the right place with Spyro at the right angle, you can just get more than... You can... I think I've seen up to 9. I typically just get 5. But...
I have no idea what causes it, I'll be honest. I just like sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. Another fun fact about this level is if you guys have ever seen the end of Spyro Reignited 2, and you've seen the Dragon Shores like coaster with like the dragon, there's actually that asset just flying around in the background of this like arena, and you can actually see it kind of peeking through the arena at times. I don't think I'm getting an angle to see it right now, but if you were to take a free cam mod and look around, you can actually find it just hidden. It's really weird. We're gonna take a moment to look at Crush's massive dump truck and then skip the cutscene because we don't want to watch cutscenes. I don't want to watch anything. And that's all of Hub 1. We're technically a third through the game, quote unquote. Not really, because we still have, I think, 8 levels and then Ripto and a couple of hard tricks to go.
I assume you're going for Soul Dupe.
Yes, I have to.
Okay, so coming up in the next level, I'm going to explain it before we get to it because it's a little tricky fundamentally. But there is a checkpoint. There are 2 enemies. Throughout the game, there are different portals you can go through to get power-ups, but they require you to flame or just take out X amount of enemies. So what Dylan's going to do is hit the checkpoint, take out 2 enemies, then quickly death abuse, so that way the enemies respawn, but he still gets the souls for it. It can be a little tricky, but by doing this, we save a lot of money from having to buy a bridge for money bags.
Yeah, I believe it's
so he's
200.
able to fly.
Mm-hmm. There also are specific inputs to utilize fly in this level to do what we need to do, which we'll be doing something called a height cap break, but I will call that out as we do it, and I'll let you know what the inputs are as we get to there. So like Effie said, it is a reasonably precise trick. We have another torch jump right before it. A lot easier than the first one. I didn't get the turn.
Let's try, let's go.
Nope.
I meant for the torch, but hey, you know.
Okay. My bad. So this trick is very heavily dependent on your ability to kind of like spin Spyro around in a circle, which I am failing to do right now. You also need to do it in such a way where you hit the rabbit and the wizard without...
Wait, you didn't get the check.
What do you mean?
Zap.
No, I did.
Oh.
Well, I'm not getting the... I didn't get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. I might actually just do 2 single dupes instead right now because I am going to fail this, and if I fail it, I game over, and that's a lot of time loss. So as you just saw, I kind of bonked on the rabbit despite having killed it already. Did I not get a save? I don't think it saved. Oh no, this is very bad. Gaffy, help me.
Go farther out first, so that way Zoe for sure respawns.
I don't have enough lives to do another one, so I have to do this perfectly. Oh my god.
I believe.
The flame went around the rabbit.
Oh. Yes.
What can I do here?
Pay the bridge, pick up extra gems later.
I think so, but I can also try to get an extra life and just do another soul dupe.
Oh.
I don't know if I'll have enough. I don't think I'll have enough fodder to do this.
That's what I was thinking.
I practice this too. I'm a little sad about this.
It is difficult, and this is why we had explained it is a very volatile trick, or category in general. So, the important thing is improvising, especially in a marathon setting like this, so...
Yeah.
Don't stress about it, you're doing great.
Smile. Alright. I know where I have a bunch of backup gems that I can get, which is good. Unfortunately, that is just going to eat away at our time, though. Quite a bit. But it is what it is. We have to kind of take our licks with this, I suppose.
As fate would have it, we are, you know, you're going to get first try level storage.
True. If I don't hit first try level storage, we're in the mud. Alright. So, because we had to pay that 200 gems, we are going to be doing a lot of gathering backups, pretty much. Strictly because of that, so... you're going to see a lot of improvising route stuff. Unfortunately, I couldn't do soul do. I'm actually a little annoyed about that because I spent like an hour lapping that again just to make sure I had it down for this. I just could not get it.
Performance anxiety, we've all been there.
Absolutely. It's also because I'm green Spyro, and typically if I'm red Spyro, I know I'm in the red splits. I know I feel comfortable.
True. Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be a fraud with with this green Spyro, implying I'm good. Smile. Alright, so because we're down gems, not even just because we're down gems, but just in general, one of our best ways to get gems in this route is to do Metro Speedway. It's a very easy 400 gems, and it's pretty quick. I'm going to hope I can get a really good Metro for you guys. I'd like to showcase it at its best. This is one of the levels I also practice just because I also enjoy it.
I'm incredibly bad at this. I don't know why. The Speedway's just always been difficult to me.
I didn't get a jump input. I fell. Okay. This isn't going to be... Wow. I am blown away by the fact that I didn't hit that hippo. Walrus. Walrippo.
Walrippo?
I am...
My favorite animal?
I am struggling. It started out okay, and then I just missed 2 jump inputs back to back. Sag.
The beauty of it is, it's only small things that really you'll notice.
And me bonking on the wall several times. Smile. Alright. Gonna try to clean this up. This should still sub minute, maybe. It might be I don't think it'll sub minute, actually, because I had to go back. Optimally, you get around a 51 if you're doing this very well optimally. But I don't think we're anywhere near that. 105, that might be the worst Metro I've had. that might be the worst.
Don't sweat it.
Alright. Well, we have a bunch of extra gems to pick up in Skelos. I'll show you a bunch of optimal extra gems if you guys are looking to pick up the category and just not do soul dupe, which is perfectly reasonable because, again, it's volatile. And until you really spend enough time lapping it out, I had to talk to Alora for some reason.
She's just here to wish you good luck.
Yeah.
I think that is the beauty of it, right? Like, this game is not the easiest to get in. Well, to just play, easy to get into. But the skill ceiling is very high. Now, because it can be a bit of a shorter category, that does make it a little reset heavy, which I think burns out a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. This was actually my first speedrunning category, just in general.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So, it was, maybe not the best to get into at first, I'm gonna be honest.
Probably a soft spot in your heart, though.
Yeah, I'll say that. You can maybe say that, possibly. Alright, so we are picking up a bunch of extra gems. We just grabbed an extra, I think, overall, like 60 gems to kind of help make up the deficit.
That's a lot.
Thankfully, I've been watching some Bone Dance runs, Smile, so I just remember that there are gems there. And now we're heading back to Autumn Plains. and we get to go to I don't know if it's my favorite level in the run, but I don't know why I like Breeze Harbor as much as I do, but I just love that level. I have zero idea why. It's probably because I've never had trouble with the trolley, unlike certain people.
Back in the day as a kid, I definitely hated the trolley.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't get to do the trolley, but we do get onto the trolley tracks, which I'll show you in a minute.
First gem count?
651, I think. Oh. I thought you said what was gem count, and I...
Oh, no. I said it was cursed.
Pain. Oh, I missed the 5, Sag. Alright. Grab all of these still. Oh, I got... That's
So again,
actually insane.
Little thing here, he is able to jump on a small clip of that window. So that way he's able to jump up onto the trolley tracks, which is definitely not intended. And a large jump over here, a little tight, to get onto the ship because our talisman is up above.
So we went around the opposite way that I normally would there, strictly...
Anchor jump? Or pipe jump? Nice.
As my good friend 2% Milk would say, that massless is free. Even though it's not really massless, but...
It's a little risky, so normally you're intended to chase around the bucket and light fires to raise the ship up. But by jumping onto that terrain on the side, you're able to just jump straight up. And if you miss it, you die, and you have to reset the level. So, a little risky.
Yep. Yeah, that level's like really cool tricks. The hover I got after getting on the window, by the way, is insanely rare. I've only ever done it twice, and it's been in my D-Rust runs. And this run, rather. Why won't he turn? I couldn't get the camera to go. That was weird. So here we're going to pay money bags for climb because we are not doing the climbless route. Grab that gem because we need it. We're pretty much scrounging. I think right now we're just over...
I was gonna say, I think you're doing really well on gem count.
We're 90 under, I think. I think I want to be around like 360 here or something around there. 360, 380, maybe. On like the low end. Yeah. We're scrounging for sure, but we're doing what we can to make sure that we... I'm actually going to do my funny 40 orb route here because I know I get an extra 50 gems out of it. Which thankfully will fit in with the any % route pretty well still, because we have to do the same things to get through the level. There is a clip to get over that wall here on my right without having to go this way, but I unfortunately have not been able to do it without utilizing what we call 90 minutes in the game, and so I will not be doing it.
That's definitely a Groxu thing.
Yeah.
Definitely at the top level, this category has been pushed.
I really recommend, if you guys are interested in just kind of seeing this category's like full potential. I am definitely not a sentinel to be showing that at all. I would really recommend checking out the likes of Groxu, Dr. House, Randy Booba, just to name a few of the top runners of this category who really, really make it shine. But just like that, we're in and out of Scorch. Unfortunately, not Spyro 3 Scorch, which if we were playing Spyro 3 right now, I'd be 4 years ahead. I'd already be done. Only 24 minutes into any %.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. It's definitely not like an hour RTA for me. Smile. All right. And from Scorch, we move on to Fracture Hills, a.k.a. Spyro, Scotland. They have bagpipes and fawns with yo-yos. I don't know why the fawns have yo-yos. Have you ever thought about that? Why do they have yo-yos, Gaffy?
There's a whole lot about this whole series I just don't question.
So is there like lore to the yo-yos? You think?
There is so much to this run that is difficult, and then this level is almost like a breath of fresh air. You make it here, it's like, oh, it's not that special. You just run. Which, compared to doing the perfect hovers, which Dylan makes look so easy, and I'm a little upset at that.
Did you see my torch
There's
jump
not
at the
much
start?
to this. Oh, you know, that's just nerves.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're making the excuses for me. I appreciate it. But yeah, Fracture Hills, unlike its OG counterpart, which at top level for 14 Talisman, which is kind of this category's equivalent, there isn't a way to skip into that middle building. It's completely solid, and we just have no way to get in there that we know of currently. I've tried around with like flying around, like using mods to do it. It's just impossible to get in there. But grab that gem. I think we're just close to good on gem count, by the way. So we might be about made up from the deficit that we had from Soul Dupe. And we get eaten by a bush.
That is a risky cut that you can make. If you do make it, you don't have to stop to flame the bush. But yeah, it is a very long animation, and even though it's only like 3 seconds, the shame of being eaten by a bush makes it feel like an eternity.
Yes. I actually made that cut specifically because I wanted to grab that extra 5, despite saying my gem count's about good. So that's kind of karma, if you ask me. Karma towards myself. Alright. So we have 2 more things to pay money bags for here in this run. We have to pay for both Shady Oasis, and we have to pay for Breeze Harbor. So we want to get to about 800 gems.
These are both levels, by the way.
Yes. Sorry for anybody who didn't know that. So now we're going to do like a little jump across here. We don't have to talk to the professor, nor do we need to have orbs to make that jump. And we get to hop right into Magma Cone, which visually and music-wise in OG, one of my favorite levels. And Reignited, I'm sorry, you dropped the ball. I'm just going to call him out right now. I'm very upset at Reignited Magma Cone. But in a speedrunning sense, it's actually pretty cool. Because we get to do a couple of really cool glides. We're going to do like a cool like little wall glide here to make it onto that. Jump up to here. We can grab that extra 25 gems inside, but I'm not gonna. We're gonna climb up to the top of this. We can actually stand off the ladder, as you can see. Hold a couple
your breath, everybody. This jump is difficult.
And make the out of bounds. Yes.
Wow, nailed it. Easy.
Made every part of it too. I actually didn't get that once in practice. It's not really like
having to buy the elevator, which would be more gems we would have to route, and nobody wants that.
Nope.
I like that you pick up the fire rock, magma rock.
You have to. It's Rocky. That's like your companion through the run. Who's Sparks?
Not Rocco.
Rocco's Modern Life. So we are definitively down still quite a few gems. But I know towards the end of Shady Oasis, we can still pick up quite a bit.
Shady's got plenty.
Yeah, I think we're not too far under, but we're still under. I think we're 30 under. I want to say it's 630 I come out of here with. All right. Aside from Crystal Glacier, this run has not been terrible. But we'll hopefully be able to keep stringing together a series of decently good levels and finish strong. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping we get first try level storage.
You are showcasing things. So, although it may hit you a little bit like, oh, I'm messing up this, I think the average person, including myself watching, I'm like, you know what? It's a cool run.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
So we just paid money bags 400 to get into Shady Oasis. This is also kind of like a Fracture Hills-esque level where you kind of just more or less walk through it. You have to
say hi to Shorty.
Yes. Hopefully Shorty doesn't get stuck on the stairs. Thank you for not getting stuck on the stairs, Shorty.
Shorty is our hippo shouty.
I apparently didn't flame that bush. I don't know what just happened.
How?
I don't know. So what we...
bush?
Yeah. We need to flame the bushes in this level. That way it drops the magic fruit for Shorty to become big and large. And then stomp out the doors for us so we can continue progressing. We also received the talisman for this level from Shorty. So we can't just skip to the end of the level to finish the level, basically. We need to escort Shorty all the way through it. And if not for that, there are actually ways to skip to the end of the level utilizing rockets and a couple of other different means. But unfortunately, because of the nature of the level and the 80%, there's not really a whole lot we can do about them just being themselves and taking forever to run. Because if you guys have ever seen OG Spyro 2, Shorty just books it. They're like Usain Bolt. They are sprinting. They are going for gold. This Shorty is like, I'm on an afternoon jog, you know?
This is a leisurely stroll.
It really is. Like, look at how casual everything is. Alright.
Yeah, after dropping down, your gem count should be about right.
Yep, we can pick up an extra, like, 20. You want to end up at 385 at least here, because there's an extra 15 here that we can get before we talk to Shorty, because they take a while to get there, and we can sprint past them. I don't even need to get those. I know where I can get gems.
No, yeah, true.
And now we're gonna guidebook to Metro Speedway because we have one more level in Autumn Plains that we just didn't do. We just didn't do it. So now we have to go back and do it. And the quickest way to get there is to go to Metro Speedway and quit out the level and then exit the portal. RTA wise, which would have been actually smart for me here, is I would have just guidebooked to Autumn Plains, but unfortunately I'm not the smartest.
We definitely have our muscle memory as runners, and this game does do a loadless method, so it's what I would have done as well.
Yeah. So we are gonna jump down, pick up these 2 5s, run up and around here to Moneybags, pay him for Zephyr, and head in to what is the last pure level of the run, and not just a boss fight, quote unquote, Smile. When you look at Gulp, when we get to Gulp, which hopefully I don't mess it up, it's not really a boss fight. It's,
just like that, though, we are done with gems.
Yeah, thank God, too, right? Especially after the extra 200.
Hey, more of the game to see.
True.
This,
All right.
again, utilizing perfect spacing on perfect hover, so that way you can clip into the terrain, jump out of bounds, find our way into inbounds. Oh, and re-enter the level so you can see it again. This time you know what's coming ahead of time.
I pressed square instead of triangle, Gaffy. I pressed the wrong. I was thinking like OG Spyro 1, like how you charge in on a ledge. That was like my mental like.
Yeah, you mess up that ledge. You hit him.
Yeah. Well. Anybody who's played through Zephyr the normal way will know. This level you have to go through and blow down some doors. Thankfully, in the speedrun, what we did the second time correctly is we just kind of get to skip through and miss out that whole entire portion. We missed a bird. That's actually really unfortunate.
Cannon list for the fans?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my man.
We have to hit it. Okay. Alright. We also want to get rid of the birds because they just become an annoyance here and I don't want to fall off. And now what we need to do is we need to do another little wall glide into perfect hover onto the TNT to get into Glug, who is currently just eating a mouthful of TNT for whatever reason. I mean, listen, I'm not here to judge, but I almost quit game again, Gaffy. I'm in pain.
So you would normally use a cannon to blow up the TNTs and then go say hi. Thanks for saving Zephyr.
Yeah, he's still inside that whole time. You just blow him up. He's like, oh, I have a
is
his
where
helmet.
it's at.
Yeah. And now we're done with Autumn Plains technically, and we just have the boss fight with Gulp to go. So here, as soon as we exit the portal, our screen is going to fade to black, and Alora is going to take us to the Gulp door, and we're going to have to tell her to bring him on. We're going to have to jump down, go for a pause, and we miss the pause. Alright, that's fine. So here, the trick level storage, I'll let Gaffy explain it. Gaffy's a great explainer, right,
Yes.
Gaffy?
This is a very interesting trick, and what really kind of separates this category, and what we're going to need to do is get a frame-perfect pause in the air while going into Gulp, so that way we're able to exit Gulp before we're actually in Gulp, so it puts Spyro's character model somewhere else, and while the cutscene is playing, you enter into a metro level, And so that way you maintain your flight ability while going into Gulp. It makes 0 sense. It's insane. And it's very difficult to pull off. But I believe in Dylan here. If he executes this, not only will we get a very quick Gulp,
Okay, thank God.
but we'll also be able to get into Ripto very easily.
All right, I need to listen, Gaffy.
We finally made Avalar ours.
Hold on.
You've earned a
So we're gonna hear for Spyro's footsteps when he lands here. We heard him land. Down right, down, and then you see that little logo in the corner. It indicates that he's going into the level. We need to spam start to make sure that it knows that we're doing level storage.
Oh, the fairy?
Come on.
You singed my cake.
And then once we say that again, we need to spam to skip. If we don't spam quick enough, there's a chance we soft lock the game. And I really hope I didn't mess that up. Please tell me I didn't mess up. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but I just really wanted to
You're all
listen. I
good.
didn't want to mess that up. Okay. So how you know you got it is if you don't have the flight power-ups immediately. You need to have Spyro take a death. And then, once you respawn with Gulp, you're going to have Supercharge. And this boss fight goes from being one of the hardest boss fights to do optimally in a speedrun to absolutely trivial.
Mash R1. Yeah, just charge into him
No, I want
over
to
and
flame him.
over and over.
Also, that cutscene's the one instance in Reignited that you don't want to skip a cutscene if you're speedrunning it. Because if
Bum,
you
bum, bum,
skip it,
bum.
you will soft lock. Oh, my
Well
God.
done. I was really worried about this. There's so much that can go wrong there.
Yeah, I was too. That was like the #1 thing. Alright, so it seems that because of Soul Dupe, there's a chance. It looks like we're going to go over estimate, which is unfortunate, but it be what it is. We're still going to close out this run by bapping Ripto. So what we do here is we glide over to the side of the castle. We do, again, what's known as a height cap break, where we have to hold up slightly on our analog and down on our D-pad to get over the height cap, and then we're going to charge right down to Ripto. And we're
Nailed
gonna
it
take
first
out.
try. Never doubted you.
I'm insane at height cap. I'm the greatest height capper in North America, I would say. Just to big myself up for that.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Hey. So now, final boss time, Ripto. And we just need to utilize our supercharge for this first phase, because we only get it for the first phase. While also picking up some orbs for the second phase. Which, if you didn't know, actually stay... Oh, he took that one. That's sad.
This will also be your last chance to get donations in to pick the characters for Mario Party Superstars coming up.
True.
Right now,
Get your donations in.
Roberto, Waluigi, and Rosalina are winning. Or, I'm sorry, not Rosalina, because there's only going to be 3. But if you want Rosalina, she's very close to Waluigi.
So there, I actually missed all of the double hits that I could have gotten. Ideally, you can actually get up to 7 hits with the green power-up. With the red, you can't get quite as... I'm having a 3-cycle Ripto, okay.
I was going to say, your option's pretty much 3-cycle or wait for a blue.
Well, you can still hit 5 with the fireball. I'm usually better with it, but my timing seems to be really off. So you see how like he kind of stood there? That's what a double hit typically looks like, and then you can get another hit after that. And it helps you like kind of chain things together and looks really, really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't really hit them optimally at all, but nevertheless, now we get to go into the last phase of the boss fight with Ripto on his trusty pterodactyl, which is a mech of an unused boss fight, which was originally going to be for the third homeworld in this game.
And timing is coming up on the final hit of this boss here.
Yep.
Taking a little dive, keep things spicy, I like it.
Absolutely. Okay, Ripto's doing the thing where he doesn't turn. Okay. So typically Ripto is supposed to turn in at some point. There we go, he just didn't turn that whole time. That was actually insane. But yeah, that's Spyro 2.
GG! Time!
I don't know why he didn't turn. All right.
And just over RTA estimate, which this was planned with my loads, so actually, phenomenal run. Soul dupe excluded.
Yeah, and a couple things,
But can I get some GGs for Dylan? He's a braver man than me because I backed out of doing this, so he is a true hero.
I suppose you have to go now?
Yeah, I better. They'll be missing me in the dragon.
I hope you guys liked it. I hope that if you guys
Can
haven't
we
seen,
see the tunnel of love while the next
Oh,
run is
absolutely.
finishing showing up?
absolutely, Gaff. That was always gonna happen.
Take your guesses. There's a fun mini game here. Typically, it is Spyro 2 tradition. If you PB, you go through the tunnel of love. You tend to guess who it is, or at least my chat does. We like to guess. Maybe put some gamble points on it. I'm gonna say it's the professor. He's an awfully cuddly guy.
So typically you have to beat the game and do a bunch of stuff to get into Dragon Shores, but we can just jump over it and then talk to Showman Norm and see who we get. If it's not Fawn from Fracture Hills, I'm done. I'm rioting. It's gotta be. We also get like a little guess of who's coming through. Seeing all the characters throughout the game. There's a Fawn from Fracture Hills right there. That's what we want. There's the professor. Oh, another fawn. Oh no, that means I'm probably not getting a fawn. No, it's a child. Oh no.
Oh no.
Not like this.
End the stream.
The stream. I don't think I've ever gotten Greta. I have.
Oh, she punches you. Wow, that's not nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Spyro 2. I highly encourage that if you guys have any interest in the game, please pop on over to the Spyro Speedrunning Discord and ask around if you need a hand learning a run. If you're looking at Spyro 2 any percent specifically, I would be glad to give you whatever knowledge I can. And yeah, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for hosting with me, Gaffy. I mean, commentating, not hosting.
Yeah, Thank you again for showing up, Dylan. This was a really good run.
Yes, sir.